evening, everybody. Matt Geary here for Geek Pride's Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, The Legend of Our Sacrifice. With me tonight, we have Conrad as Arno Jerkel.
Hello.
Amazing. The first time I got it right without fucking it up as well. We've got Michael as Tharval Eldon.
Hello.
We've got Wes as Valashil Nostius.
Hey, everyone.
And we have Dave as Thomas Moonstar.
Evening all.
So, we have no Lance today. He is currently indisposed. And unfortunately, we don't have a Draken anymore. Because sadly, last week, for those of you who were paying attention, who were watching, our faithful barbarian was slain at the end of the battle. So, unfortunately, that's where we are. There's not much. There's much sort of recap. We did you did bump into what is effectively one of. He's not the BBEG. He is one of the sort of kind of lieutenants of Tiamat. He's called Therambor. He's somebody who has been in visions and dreams in some literature and stuff that you've sort of found over the near 3 years that we've been playing this. He sort of popped up now and again, sort of being mentioned. He is the gentleman who captured Ceravel and Ceravel's father and Gaius. He is basically the one who is running the war for the corruption, and is one of Tiamat's. I guess she's his her avatar on the in Freya at this moment in time, waging the war. So that's happened. Draken's not giving him a mortal wound, but he's sort of stabbed the butter knife into his neck. He's sort of being taken off. Thankfully, Bahamut or the old man has appeared. A dragon has formed and laid waste. One knew the battle, but he's told you that his power now is spent. He's not going to be able to be much of a help to yourselves going forward. So we're pretty much going from the aftermath of the battle. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to roll you some loot to see what you get from the area, in the sort of catacombs and stuff that weren't sort of collapsed, and you can see, and see what you get first up. So let me just press this treasure maker. We are going to go for a treasure hoard. We're going to go for this. Okay, so you find 21,000 gold pieces, 2,500 platinum pieces, 5 250 gold piece art objects, and then I'm going to roll you some magic objects here.
Is this to split between everyone?
Yeah, this is the split. Now there may be. It's a lot of gold. There's a lot of platinum. There may be, obviously, with all this money, there may be other things that needs to be spent on. But we'll.
So you said 21,000 GP. How many PP?
Yep. 2,500.
2,500 PP. You've got 5 250 gold piece art objects, and then I'm going to roll on some magic objects for you now as well. So, magic objects. One, you have got a potion of greater healing. I will increase that to 5 potions of greater healing for you. You have 5 potions of water breathing, which is very apt for where you were. You have Oh, that's more potions of water breathing. We don't want that.
I think I've still got potions of water breathing from last time.
Yeah. You have. It says spell scroll 8th level.
Ooh.
So you've got the 8th level spell scroll. Again, between you, so you can decide who has it or whatever. But and you can choose what it is. And you can have. Popped up. Not let me have that for some. What? Oh. Donuts. No, we don't want that. We've got no, because these are all potions. What the hell's going on? Trying something that's not.
Are you rolling on a potion sheet?
Sure. That's this potion of vitality. Potions. I don't want all these potions. I want something that's not.
I want more magic snow globes.
Yeah, more magic snow globes.
That's my obscure collection.
And that unbreakable chalice needs another one to have a pair, so that you can cheers as hard as you can.
A staff of withering. Staff of withering.
Well, Thomas don't need that. It already looks old.
Oh, burn!
Staff of withering. I will also gift you one magic item you can choose between use for somebody that you can have. Not each. You can decide who's going to have it. And you can tell me what you want, and I will potentially give it to you, as long as it's not too sort of super rare. I have that as well. As for slightly magical trinkets, I'll give you some of those just for shits and gigs. A small square painting which turns into a mirror when a creature comes within 1 foot of it.
What was that, sorry?
You have a small square painting which turns into a mirror when a creature comes within 1 foot of it.
Be handy for fighting vampires.
Is anybody writing these down, by the way?
Yeah, I'm writing them all down.
Yeah.
I was about to make some sort of rude pun about the mirror when you're coming
a pair of glasses without temples that hover in the air just in front of your face.
That's cool.
And let's see what else we've got here. A square glass vial which turns any salt water into salt over the course of a day.
Oh, do you know the number of times I've wished we had one of those?
So we've got, I think, I'm trying to think of all those things. You've got shoes, you've got sort of like stylish shoes that change colour. You have a snow globe that causes snow in the vicinity of air. You've got a cup that won't fall over, I think. It'll never sort of fall over.
Helmet of translation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's useful.
Yeah, I'm just saying non-useful sort of things you've got. You've got a lot of.
Hang on, my snow globe came in useful.
I've got an upward flowing hourglass.
That's right.
Oh, that's cool. I like
that. Right.
So we didn't find a helm of thumbs.
No. Oh yes, and the helm in the shape of a mighty thumb.
That's it. I've got my retirement plan sorted. When Val retires, he's opening a trinket store.
Right. Okay. So, you're all going to be rested up. You've gone through. More boats have come over from Belmore, not Belmore. Sorry, wrong area. From Balon, yeah, from Balon, helped with the dead, helped with the cleanup. Some soldiers have come over to basically garrison the area. Then they've taken the dead and yourselves back to Balon. You've sort of rested up in Agover, not Agover. What's the bottom left? Check my map here. Where's my... Yeah. Yeah, so you've gone to Agover, so you're sort of gone on the Agover, and then you are making your way to Falcross, and then the next day you move down to what is the Memorial of Heroes, which is the sort of kind of Balinese war memorial. It's this sort of kind of big spire thing in the just below Falcross. So before, actually, yeah, sorry, you've got to make your way towards Taunt to get to pick up Augury as well. So you sort of make your way from Agover. You have your rest. You make your way up to Taunt to pick up the body of Augury, and you make your way back down to Falcross, where you sort of spend the night before the ceremony for the funeral. Is there anything you guys want to do within that time when you're in these cities and these areas before the funeral?
Nothing from me.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Arno would be kind of subtly trying to ask around for information on these people in the party, and get a read on them, without obviously causing too much attention to himself. Would everyone have a little bit of a reputation around Sandhall and Falcross now?
Yeah, so
would it be a good reputation? Or?
I don't quite know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So you
we're like the heroes of Falcross Bridge here.
You sort of go through and you talk to people. Some people sort of kind of I think we've heard of them, but there's a lot, especially in some of the more sort of, I say, working class sort of kind of areas and stuff. There's a lot of people who are sort of kind of got songs talking about the heroes of Falcross Bridge and the heroes of Silkside, and the Slayer of Huthway, and you hear a lot about these sort of these heroes that have sort of are here to protect Balon from the evils of the corruption. You ask a bit more, and you find out that the people who you are with are these people. It starts trickling in that one of them has been slain. There's a lot of some hysteria, especially within some of the Dragonborn community, within some of these areas. There's general somber. There's happiness. There's happiness, and there's elation that another cultist plot has been foiled by these people's sort of these people's heroes. They sort of take them as their own. They are for all intents and purposes Balinese. They're their heroes. But there is also sadness, somberness over the news that one of the party was slain. Some rumors come about that he will return, and that he's not dead, that he's just that
Bahamut for the fields.
Yeah, but Bahamut will some of the more religious section, the Bahamut will when Bahamut returns, that he will bring him as his right hand man, and stuff like that. So
okay. Then I don't know how much the party will be paying attention to Arno still sticking around, or whether they will wonder why he's there, but he will stick around, not always fully integrating, sometimes at a distance.
Is there anything the rest of the party want? Because obviously you've just bumped into this guy. It's been a bit of a whirlwind with him involved, and he is sort of he is sort of mooching around with you. Is there anything you want to talk to him about? Or anything you've observed anything you've observed from that he's done that you think you want to question?
Was he a jester for Lord Taunt?
He was a bard. A bard.
No, it's the bard.
Okay.
They're all stricken with grief.
Yeah,
Take
all
many
too grief-stricken to strike up conversation.
Well, you can, so I don't know if people want to give me a history check, you can maybe remember some of the stuff, and then we'll maybe give you some things that maybe.
Well, I don't remember shit.
Yeah, Thomas isn't really sort of.
Who are you?
we got a bard. No.
Yep, the elves are like, duh.
No. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. He's just a guy who.
Stricken with grief.
They're completely just they're just like, yeah, okay. No questions. Just this guy's just appeared. He's done some stuff, and they're not really.
I'm sure after the funeral, if I'm still there, they'll be like, why are you still here, or something like that. But I don't know what's the general trend from the party. Like, are they tavern goers? Do they stay up late? Do they go to bed early, or what goes on?
We do
normally?
We definitely go to taverns, but usually when we do, bad
never
stuff
good.
happens.
It's never
But, like,
good.
We tend to only go to taverns when we need information.
And not everybody walks out of the tavern at the end of it.
All right, so let's say if we had a couple of nights that we were staying at taverns, you would note that Arno would be staying there as well, but he wouldn't be socializing particularly with you unless you were sort of inviting him into conversation. Okay. And even if you did,
I think if he was there, he'd be invited.
They'd be welcoming. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously he's been part of a larger event that we've all sort of been part of, and whether he's liked it or not, he's sort of been thrown into the center of something. Mm-hmm. So there's obviously a sort of sense of understanding. And
roll me, everybody roll me a perception check.
So I think, kind of from my point of view, we've rescued him because we found him in the cave. We found him. He came out of the ring, as it were, and
okay. So Thomas,
so he's just kind of grateful for following us and is just kind of mooching to see if we can keep him alive a bit, I suppose.
So Thomas, you notice a few things about him. Like, now and again, he seems to. It's like he's talking to himself, or he's talking to somebody else who's not there. You also notice that, in the time that he's been with you and around, that he's a bard, but there's a few things, especially with his magic, that seems to be not bard-like. So those are your
when you say not bard-like,
as in,
is there
from your knowing, obviously. So basically, because you rolled, you picked up on something earlier on when he rolled a spell, and you were like, you know what that spell is.
Yeah,
I can't remember exactly which one it was actually.
It was Dimension Door.
Yeah, Dimension Door, and you're just like, I don't think is that.
Don't believe bards can cast that.
Yeah, so you're basically you were aware of that, and you're just like, bards don't cast Dimension, and you being a magic user, bards don't cast Dimension Door. So you've got something. Something's not right. You're sort of kind of. There's something odd about him.
You also, with the Nat 20, you will have noticed that. However, how many nights have we stayed? 3 nights.
Yeah, say about 3 nights. Yeah.
So by the third night, you will think to yourself that you're not sure if you've ever seen Arno like retire for the evening at all.
Yeah, okay. There's something fishy going on here.
Could I say from Tharavel and Sir, well, at least Tharavel's sort of point of view, that they've sort of seen him and not seen him, whilst he was part of the group in on the island during the battle, and he's obviously got this. We've obviously seen him. He's got this ring that looks, quite sort of precious and sort of very dear to him. But he's sort of he's small. He disappears off. So maybe like Tharavel and Valashul maybe sort of originally thought that he had the makings of a thief, sort of staying in the background up until the point of maybe seeing these sort of larger spells being cast. So I suppose at some point they would probably ask, what is your deal? You sneak about, like a thief. You cast strong spells like a sorcerer or a wizard.
Okay, right. So I'll set the scene. So, on the last day, so you've been in Agover. You've sort of you've made your way to Taunt to pick up Augury on their way back. To get her blessed at the Chapel of Marduk, where you met Val. So Val sort of kind of insists that they stop at the I think I'm not sure if it was a monastery or a chapel, but
I think it was a monastery.
Yeah, monastery of Marduk. So it can so Augury's body can be blessed, and he can pray for a bit. And then you stop off in Falcross, and you're sitting in the Babbling Bat, which was the first sort of tavern pub that you all met, and you're sitting there, and Arno, you're still being a bit sort of standoffish, but then they're, and they sort of kind of Tharavel sort of kind of is sitting there, feet on the stool, talking to Saravel and the others, and he sort of kind of beckons you over.
Can me and Saravel be smoking our victory cigars?
Yes. So you're that's another thing actually I need to sort of, so you got a lock, you had a lock of hair, you had the cigars.
Yeah, sorry. So what I have, lock of hair, cigars, drawing of family, and the family ring with the gem in it.
Okay, right, yeah. So you can, that ring potentially may have something to do with it, but yeah. So you're sitting there, you spark up your victory cigars. You both sort of sit down, having a smoke, and Arno's sort of kind of looking slightly sheepish still, but sort of kind of, he's playing his, what was it, a lute? Did you have a lute?
I have a bunch of things.
So you're
yeah, I've got a lute, I've got a flute.
Well, you can describe to me what you're doing in the pub while they're sort of kind of sat down. What are you doing while they're in the Babbling Bat?
Well, will there be a bard playing?
No, there is no bard playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he would just be like sat in the corner. He would have been welcomed, and he would have been resistant to join them anyway. He'd be like, "No, you're all right," kind of thing. But he would have a drink. He doesn't, he's not guzzling it down. He'd kind of be mindlessly plucking on the lute strings without much, just playing a quiet melody to himself, and really just spaced out. And kind of watching. His focus is on the party, and it's like he's specifically watching for something, or trying. He's struggling in his mind to maybe about what he wants to do next about this party.
Okay. Right. So, well, what do the rest of you want to do? with this. He's sitting there, sort of, kind of doing his own thing, and you're smoking your victory cigars and having talking about everything that's gone on.
So is he sitting with us, or is he sitting on his own?
No, he'll sit on his own, but he'll
Okay.
clearly be looking over at you. And like when you catch his eye, like he doesn't make any effort to avert gaze or anything. Like he doesn't give a shit that you've seen him looking at you.
Okay, so Falashul catches him looking and stands up and grabs the edge of the table that we're all sat at and starts dragging it over towards Arno.
And Arno's strings on his lute just go like break. And he's like, but his like back is against the wall, and he's like, yeah, you can see he's a little uncomfortable. He stays put.
Starval and Saravel sort of follow after Val. They sort of start grabbing stools in a sort of awkward, jumbled up sort of fashion and dragging them sort of over towards Arno.
Val,
and then they just sort of plonk
crashes
themselves
down. Crashes down beside Arno and says, "Apologies for that. I didn't like the layout."
He just kind of nod along and take a sip of his ale or whatever's in his tankard.
Will you drink with us? Sorry, what's your second name?
Jerkle.
Will you drink? Or are we of an upstanding nature that you will have a drink with us, Master Jerkle? And Sir or Tharaval sort of raises the glass, waiting for an answer.
He holds his glass up, or tankard up, and nods. What do we drink to?
To fallen comrades and new friends.
Val nods his head and lifts his pint of milk.
Pint of milk.
Oh, brilliant.
Do I notice that certain members are not drinking ale then?
Yes, you may.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Arno will toast to that and drink, and then he'll kind of frown at Val with his milk, and he'll turn to Tharavel and say, "What's his deal?" Pointing at the milk.
He has a bit of a reputation when it comes to alcohol. Plus, I think the last time we were here, he tried to drink our dragonborn friend under the table and lost.
And tried to eat him under the table.
I tried to eat him under the table as well. That sounds bad.
Not like that, probably.
That's for next week.
I see. Is he off it for good?
Tharavel sort of looks to Val as he's guzzling down his milk, dribbling down the side of his face.
I'm not going to say what came to mind.
All right. The accompanying party members, like the sidekicks and stuff, are they all traveling with the party as well? Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got Tharaval has his. So you sort of, as you come from Taunt, Tharaval picks up this huge bear of a dog that comes charging out to greet him and sort of near knocks him over.
Is it bigger than me?
Yeah, it's bigger than
Yes.
you. It's bigger than you. You could possibly ride her. She's that big.
I'd ask what the pet's name is. What's the bear's name?
Tharaval sort of sits up quite proudly and looks at his trusty loyal dog, who is sort of curled up on the ground. This is Nanook, and as he says her name, she sort of looks up. He reaches his hand down and starts sort of scratching behind her ear, and she sort of sits up, and the tail starts to wag. Nanook, say hello to Arno.
Nanook
and
is
Nanook
basically
sort of
as Nanook is, if she was sitting up and you're sitting on the chair, she's still higher. She's still larger than you are.
Wow.
So Nanook sort of walks over and sort of droops her head down a little bit, sniffing in and around your face, and sort of nudges her nose sort of in sort of against your neck, and sort of gives you a bit of a lick in the face, and then just sort of curls up and sort of plonks herself down at your feet.
Okay. Arno will not be afraid of this, and he will actually reciprocate a little bit with some stroking while she comes up to him, which maybe takes you a bit by surprise because he's been a bit standoffish.
It again with Tharaval's always very proud of his dog. He sort of takes pride in the fact that she can be the guard dog when she wants to, whenever she needs to be, but is generally quite a sort of soft-natured, good temperament dog towards people that she feels no threat from.
Arno will just say, like, animals, the only real faithful companions.
Tharaval raises his tankard and says, "Here, here."
Other people you got there, you have Sir Tristan, who is who was fighting he was fighting alongside Galandra and Gregor. I completely forgot about Gregor at the battle. Galandra is the cleric, and Gregor is her. Well, he's called Sir. He was knighted by the old paladin, so he sort of he gets slightly prickly when he sort of kind of inferred that because he's still quite young. He's only about 16, 17 years old, but he was knighted, so he likes being called Sir Gregor, even though he's still quite young. Okay. And he basically sort of he's always around Galandra. Like he I think he fashions himself as her protector, though she doesn't need his protection. But he sort of, and I think in his mind, she is sort of his sort of it's not ward what I'm looking at. It's his responsibility to make sure she's okay. You have Evelyn, who is Saravel's wife, and is also the sister of who is the sister of the dead paladin Soldan, and she's just glad that her husband has come back alive and is berating him for leaving her once again, and sort of insisting that he can't keep on doing this, and he's just sort of kind of nodding his head and generally sort of being sort of trying to sort of
yes dear.
But she's
Are there any people with us, any people like of power who flaunt it a little bit that would get on anyone's nerves?
Everybody's quite, so you've got who else have we got?
Lance and his, well, he's probably already met the
so you've got Lance and you got Eldrith. They're quite stoic. You've got Sir Tristan is your sort of archetypal sort of knight, very sort of kind of it's honor, similar along the lines of Valashil, sort of honor. He's got a code of honor and stuff. Power wise, nobody who would be there.
Okay.
I don't think. No, you've got Thomas.
Everyone's fairly level-headed.
Yeah,
then.
everybody's sort
No one
of
pompous or
no. There's no sort of
Okay.
I feel like I'm great and stuff like that. There's
Okay.
they're all quite sort of they're aware of their capabilities, but they're not sort of they're not overly brash about it, and they're not overly boastful. No, they're not boastful about it, to be honest.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so he's sitting there. You have sort of picked up on some inconsistencies, or at least oddities that surround him. So is there any questions you want to sort of put to him, or sort of try and scry if he's sort of telling the truth or not?
I think I'm more interested in how he came to be in the tunnels under Kibarath, and what his backstory is before he got there. Was he kidnapped? Did he fall in with the wrong crowd? Did he go there with his own free will?
I think you already found out that he was accompanying Claude Taunt as a bard.
Yeah, Lord Taunt basically asked him to come along as inspiration for his troops.
You get the feeling that perhaps Arno was a little reluctant, but felt he had no choice.
Can we ask him how he sort of came to be the Bard of Taunt?
You can ask. I think that let me see. Did we discuss this part, Matt?
Yeah, it's in your backstory. So you've basically you've made your way to Balon, and
oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will. Arno would give out a little bit of information here, saying that basically he was to play at a festival for the Triarch Taunt, and gave some of his best work for the Triarch, and yeah, he was at that point where Taunt approached him and told him to come with them. He didn't ask, he told them, saying that my voice would give his men great strength in the war to come. And I tried to, you'll feel at that point him kind of.
If we maybe roll an insight to sort of see if we can sort of figure out if he's telling the truth, or if he's holding something back, or.
Go for it.
Val definitely. Val's milk's really strong. It's strong milk.
So Tharavel.
Oh, excellent.
The second one is Saravel.
Thomas completely believes you. Thomas is sort of like, yep, nothing fishy about this guy.
Sounds about right for Thomas, to be fair.
But
Tharavel and Saravel are slightly they know there's something more to your story than you're telling them.
So sort of on this, hearing the sort of story of him singing, Tharavel sort of seems impressed. He's like, that must be some singing voice that you have, for Lord Taunt to believe that will have such an impact on the morale of his men. That's quite a tribute to your voice. Again, he sort of feels like he's holding something back, so he asks, "Would you sing us a song?" so we can hear this powerful voice of yours.
He sighs and looks around, and because there's no one playing, and you can tell that he kind of seems a little reluctant, but at the same time, he's kind of pleased that you asked, meaning that that there is definitely bard in him.
Roll.
So
Roll performance.
I will, as soon as I find it. Performance. There we go.
Okay.
20.
So
Nice.
he sort of shrugs his shoulders and go, okay, and sort of gets up and he plays the song that he played for Triarch Taunt and his men, and everybody is just captivated. Everybody in the Babylon Bat's captivated by this sort of amazing song. There's rapturous applause after he's finished.
Tharaval, as I said, everybody's sort of cheering and clapping, and Tharaval, usually being the sort of person who's of quite a sort of stern exterior and doesn't really show too much emotion, he's visibly enlightened by your singing, and is clapping and sort of trying to sing along and to the words. But again, he still has this feeling that there's something that's being left out. And he says to Arno, "Is like, that truly is a beautiful voice. My question is, what is it hiding? What are you not telling us? There's more to you, young halfling."
At first, he kind of narrows his eyes at you for a couple of seconds, and then a sly grin appears, and he says, "Well, I can't be telling you all my secrets." And he stands and he pulls out his concertina, and he stands on the chair, and then he begins to play his concertina as well. And then you hear a noise as a chair sort of is swiped back, and you note Lance stands up and begins comically dancing in place, shuffling and tapping his feet without any idea of what's going on. And Arno has just a massive grin on his face. And then when he stops playing and sits down, Lance continues for a few seconds and then regains control of himself. I don't know if you want to RP Lance in some way, Matt, but
he looks quite sort of he looks quite like it, you don't see Lance being sort of unsure of himself very often, but he sort of kind of he feels himself just standing there, and then looks around a bit, and then sort of looks at everybody else and says, "I think I am going to patrol the perimeter," and sort of kind of walks out the door to sort of slightly embarrassed by what's just happened.
Arno chuckles a little bit and drinks.
I've just rolled an Arcana check, Matt.
Mhm.
I want to see if I can figure out what's going on.
Okay, because you're aware of. Well, see, because you're aware that one of the spells he used is not a bard spell. You're also you have been aware that he has been he's talked to himself a few times, which is slightly odd. Like he's having a full conversation. Like you've picked up on that now and again, and then the
I think in terms of I would say with a 14 Arcana, you'd you'd be able to tell that what just happened was magical, and I think you probably would have sort of seen this was happening while he was playing the instrument, and you'd probably sense a sort of magical aura off his concertina.
Pieces of the puzzle are falling into place.
So are there any other questions you want to ask about his past, about how he just appeared? Because bear in mind, he literally just appeared in that position. You saw him just appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, we'll ask him that then. It's like, we'll ask him.
Why were you not taken prisoner with Taunt and the rest of his men?
Why? How? Yeah, let's think.
He would have said, I managed to hide before they came. And then he'll quickly try and change the subject. You can tell he's getting a little bit uncomfortable, and he will be looking around at the full room, like really kind of getting like this is something he really does not want to talk about, and it's definitely something he does not want to talk about while there are so many prying eyes, and he kind of narrows his eyes and suggestively, I don't know if you would you would get that from looking at him.
Flirtatiously.
Oh, he wants to. Oh, right, I see.
Let's head into the room.
I don't know if you tried to sort of later on, when if you went to the pisses or something like that.
I guess so. We can sort of kind of we could say within sort of you're talking. You're not really wanting to talk within people. On the trip to the ceremony, on the the road to the ceremony, it's just you guys sort of walking along the road. So you can sort of you're walking along the road, and they will have a few more questions for you. Again, you don't have to tell them. They can try and persuade you, but they know something's up. So it's up to you to ask the right questions, and
no, I know.
Yeah, for them to ask the right questions.
As Arno had sort of been asking about towns and things like that, is there any chance that Ceravel's sort of contact may have had word of him sort of asking about the the sort of basically asking about the party, and sort of trying to get information of them.
Yeah, so
them.
You're sort of kind of jaunt those men, and your little sort of kind of side business that you've got. Some of the sort of underlings would have reported back to you about this this bard who was sort of going around different sort of establishments in Agover and in Taunt, and asking questions about who you are, what you're doing, and what you're like as people, and just very probing questions.
So sort of having this knowledge, but like an understanding as to why Arno was doing it, Tharavel sort of says to him, Master Halfling, you've been set upon, or you've been thrown into the middle of our group, not at your want. You don't know anything about us, and it is only natural to have questions that you've asked in the towns that we have passed through, and has been reported back to us. So you have information on us. and hopefully that our actions thus far can give you some sort of trust. However, we know nothing of you. There's nobody that we can ask questions. And we trust is a two-way path. I feel that we are not on the same level of trust at the moment. And we need to know more about you. Do I need to roll persuasion or anything?
Yeah, I think you.
Yeah,
I think I would say so.
roll me persuasion.
That loop.
You can roll off against them if you want.
Roll what?
What's persuasion based on?
Wisdom or charisma? Sorry, charisma.
So roll me a charisma then. No. Okay, you're pretty. You feel that you feel like you can maybe let your guard down slightly. You have witnessed pretty heroic deeds. You've witnessed people doing, you're used to a society of, selfish reprobates who care only for themselves. And you've stumbled across this party of do-gooders, people who care for others and for each other, and have, apparently saved this island from numerous incursions. So, I would say you feel like you can maybe let your guard down slightly.
Okay, I think what you might get out of him, he'd say, I don't have many friends, and I don't stick around long enough to make any. It's true that you have shown me some qualities that look on the surface like I can trust you, but I don't feel it fully. I need to spend some more time before I can explain more. I have traveled for many years, hopping from town to town, working the taverns, making a buck here or there. And to be quite honest, I don't know where I'm going next. What is it that you will be doing? Where will you be going?
I too once shared your concerns. I was but a lone ranger who until fairly recently was searching for my brother, who I've not seen since we were young children.
Can we get him to roll perception here, Matt?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, quite high. Okay, when you mention your brother, you'll see something change in his face. Like he's really sort of intently listening to you. You can feel like any wall or guard on his face is not there for that moment. But he doesn't say anything.
So, yeah, Tharavel sort of he as he's saying this, he sort of picks up on the sort of change of demeanor on mentioning his brother. He continues on saying that he traveled as a bounty hunter in search of his brother, fell upon this group. At which point we all had to earn each other's trust. Trust and friendship are hard earned, and done so by people's actions. Hopefully, in time, our actions towards Arno will earn his trust and possible friendship. He also sort of continues from picking up that the mention of brother. Is that is there somebody that you search for too?
He very quickly replies, "No."
Can I roll an insight on that?
You can.
You dumber.
I guess getting anything. Thomas, have you got anything you want to ask?
Not at the moment. I've got some suspicions, but I'm going to keep them to myself for now, at the risk of offending anyone.
Okay.
Are we currently in the process of walking? Yeah.
Yes,
Like, are
yeah.
we on a dirt road? Okay. Val stops and turns to the party and looks like directly at Arno and like uses the tip of his spear to draw a line in the dirt. And he looks up at Arno and says, or looks down at him, I guess, and says,
You bastard.
on which side of the line do you fall? On the side that fights evil, or the side that fights for it?
I would rather not fight if I have a choice.
Then
But
why
I
are
am-
you following us?
Isn't that the question you want answered? Let's put it this way. I'm not stupid. I know you have questions, and you have seen things about me that nobody else has seen. I need to know if I can trust you with what you've seen. And until that point comes, I will accompany you.
Valashul looks to the others and bites his tongue and nods his head. It's clear he wants to say more, but in his grief-riddled state, he probably just holds himself back a little bit.
Would you though? Or would you maybe say more because your emotions are up?
I don't know. He's meant to be disciplined in that regard, so acting less on emotion and more on.
Okay.
Yeah, so
your training's kicking in and you're just sort of shutting yourself
he's
down.
kind of like disregarding it, and if everyone else is happy, he's happy to just continue.
Okay. So nothing else from anybody else? You're going to just leave it there?
You think Lance would say anything, or he would just...
He would, but I'm not sure. He probably quiz you a lot more than these lot.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I was going to say, if Draken was here, he'd be waving an axe in front of your face right now.
Yeah. Lance would, like, you know.
I think Lance tends to get a bit feisty as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
I don't think that would not be the way to go with Arno. So if that was happening, Arno would basically just ignore him or deflect.
I think he would say to you, like, I don't know what you did in the Babbling Bat, but if you do that again, and he'll just sort of kind of stomp his spear down like that beside you, and sort of, grumble a bit, and then sort of kind of walk off.
Arno would basically stare him down with a smile and say, "I don't know what you're talking about, dear giant."
He see, the thing is with Lance again, his sort of emotional state with Draken gone now as well, so might be slightly more frayed. I don't really want to tell what Mark's character is going to do, but
we can leave it at that for now. I'm sure there'll be plenty more.
Yes. Okay, so last chance for questions for Arno, other, Galandra, might sort of ask a few questions, but
Who's Galandra again?
she's the cleric. She's the Danny,
the other party member.
Yeah, so she's
Danny.
sort of
Okay.
she will
Yeah,
return
gotcha.
at some point. Children, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Then who else have we got? So Tristan probably doesn't know you and stuff, so he's not really that bothered.
I think in any case, you know that he doesn't fight for the side of evil, but he is kind of more sort of neutral stance from things that he's been saying. You've worked out like why he's sticking around. He's told you that he knows that you're not stupid and you have seen some things, and he's worried that basically you're gonna tell somebody else about what you've seen, so he's sticking with you to work out whether he can trust you enough to leave you with any secrets. And he's told you a little bit of general things, but where he's come from, what he did before, but nothing of detail. And I guess there's more to him. I think that's a summary of what you've got out of him, right?
Okay. Right. Okay. So you are not. What's the word? You're not satisfied with what he said and stuff, but you don't feel like you're getting lots more out of him. You think maybe in time you might be able to sort of eke a bit more, and with a bit more watching him and what he's doing and paying attention, you'll sort of kind of probably piece things together a bit more. You're pretty confident. Again, he's not evil. He's not there to do any good, but you're not sure if he's, it seems like he's there for himself more than anybody else and stuff. So you're he just,
for sure.
Yeah, he's there for himself. And you're sort of, because he helped out to a point, and he seems pretty lost. You're happy enough to sort of have him around because you're pretty sure he's not sort of, he's harmless, inverted commas, sort of, he's not sort of somebody who's going to cause you any issue. Plus, Thomas, I think you're quite intrigued by a lot of the stuff you've seen, and you just want to sort of do a bit more research on that and stuff. Okay, so you make your way down the dirt path towards this looming monument in the south of Balon. It's basically where they sort of bury all of their heroes. It's a large cemetery and monument to heroes past and present. And you, as you sort of kind of come, you get the sort of looming sort of all these statues, and you see sort of ornate gravestones and stuff as you pass by. People are starting to fill the area. There's a sort of kind of walkway that leads to the monument itself. You can see Lady Taunt and her men have turned up. You see delegations from you see General Fabius and who you believe to be Triarch Agover turn up. You also see some more delegates. You can only surmise is the third Triarch, Suburn. Triarch Suburn and his men turn up as well. They start forming up into a sort of procession. You have soldiers sort of lining the sort of path to the monument itself, and to what looks like this massive pyre that has been sort of kind of built on the sort of kind of the base of it. The sort of kind of what looks like this, like there's this dais with a pyre that's being sort of kind of built for the consuming of the bodies of the dead heroes. There's a lot of people are there, and you're aware that you've been asked to be a part of the procession with to carry the body of your fallen friends. So you have a large golden sort of sarcophagus, kind of, for which has the bodies of Augury and of Draken sort of encased within it. Triarch Taunt's body is being sort of actually, in fact, up for this. Bit of explaining it to you. It's one I made for ages ago. We never used them. Not using it. Okay, so and let us put something more funeral-y on for this. Okay, so you have this large walkway, and you in front of you, you've got the sarcophagus with your dead friends. In front of you, the procession with all the people around you has gone ahead with Triarch Taunt. He's being sort of kind of laid at the pyre, sort of at the back. Lady Taunt and the other Triarchs sort of kind of standing facing you. General Fabius is sort of on the left as you start your procession up to the sort of the dais where the pyre is. Leading you is, of course, Mulebrenner. You have, the Nooks by your side, Tharaval, Eldrith's beside Lance. Sir Gregor sort of is with Sir Gregor's with Galandra. Thomas, you've got Sally, who's sort of slightly still not feeling 100%, but insisted that she'd sort of walk with you. She's sort of holding your hand as you sort of bring this sarcophagus up the walkway. Valashil, you're at the back, and Sir Tristan is standing with you as you walk past. Mulebrenner sort of, you can feel that he knows what's happened. He's lost his owner. He's lost his, his companion, and so he's braying, to as he sort of leads the procession up to the front of the monument. As you pass, soldiers stand to salute. They stamp their spears down, and people start sort of throwing flowers and little sort of like things as you sort of move forward. So you start making your way slowly forward.
Arno will stay back
Yeah.
at this point,
Yes.
and but you will see, like, as he moves to the side, you will start hearing really faint, like melancholic notes of music sort of playing that seem to be emanating from the coffin.
From the coffin?
Yeah.
I'm
Not
gonna
from
keep-
within, not from inside. Just like
I'm not dead yet.
I can see it.
I'm not dead yet.
just like a sort of an aura on the wind or in the air, like.
Yeah, on there you sort of kind of this sort of what is for so many people being in the area, it's eerily quiet, and this music sort of drifts over the sort of kind of light breeze of this quite fresh day. You do hear people sort of kind of sobbing, and as you sort of kind of look around, you see familiar faces. You see Captain Bracken. And PJ and Duncan. You see, you see. You see Jonto and some of his men. You see people who've sort of known you over time. You even see the blacksmith. You see the blacksmith sort of kind of standing there, still looking slightly uneasy, but he's there. You sort of make your way up to the front with the coffin to Lady Taunt, who's already sort of made quite a sort of a speech about the death of her father, and that she will try her best to live up to the Taunt name and prepare Balon for another glorious victory against the forces of evil. She will honor her father's wishes and return to the southeast, with whoever will join her to fight the fight, and with heroes like we have here, our friends, and those who have been lost. We know that this land will be safe. And she shouts, "For Balon! For the heroes of Falcross Bridge, of Silkside, and of Kibberath." And there's this massive sort of eruption from the crowd as people sort of start cheering. They sort of you place the sort of coffin down, and sort of everybody sort of kind of steps aside as you sort of let me ungroup this. You sort of place it sort of around there before moving it. Actually, in fact, you don't. You place it sort of on the. We'll say you sort of kind of you walk up and you place it on the sort of where it is to be moved to be cremated. Then you walk down with Lady Taunt and her men, and they sort of kind of step to the side with the Triarchs and form a Mulebrenner gets led off by sort of kind of Ciravel, who sort of takes him off sort of around here, still sort of kind of braying and pulling at the lead to go to the sarcophagus. Sir Tristan gives a salute to Valashul and sort of takes his place off to the right. Sir Gregor and Galandra go and stand by Lady Taunt. And and Lance does sort of goes off and stands the other side near with Eldrith near General Fabius. The rest of you sort of kind of walk forward and sort of turn around. And everybody sort of dies down quiet as you sort of you turn around. Is there, and this is it, is there anything you want to say? Either about Augury, about Draken, about anything, and then by all means, if you can't think of anything, we can just sort of kind of ad-lib it and stuff, but if there's anything you want to say about this situation or everything, then now's your time.
Anyone?
I don't have anything.
Right.
I've
Okay.
got a few words, but
Go ahead, Dave.
I'll stand up. I'll address the crowd, but more the party at hand, and just say, I can't imagine how we got to here. I can't imagine now how we can go on with our numbers thinned, but also swelled from a chance encounter in Kibarath. I think from the day fate threw us all together in the Babbling Bat, we have fought side by side, through the caverns under, through Silkside, through the Vampire Mansion. I'd started to believe us indestructible, immortal. And we lost Augury. I put that down to her running off by herself, trying to take on the world as she did, without us to help her. I still felt us to be immortal. But we lost Draken from within our own midst. He was within touching distance. I've got to admit, he gave me quite a headache from time to time. But he was always there. He was always stalwart. And I think he will live on through us. And wherever he is, I'm sure he'll hit it with his axe. And I'll wipe a tear and step back down.
Tharaval steps forward after hearing Thomas's words and obviously hearing Lady Taunt's words as they're sort of walking up. He says, "We're assembled here today to pay final respects to our honored dead. And yet it should be noted that in the midst of our sorrow, these deaths take place in the shadow of the new life, the sunrise of a new world. A world that our beloved comrades gave us life to protect and nourish. I was there to see some of the final moments of the great Lord Taunt. Our mission was to bring him back safely. But due to his ferocious courage and loyalty to his men, he held a line at our backs that would ultimately lead us to victory. In place now, we have our great Lady Taunt, who we all have known well enough, and we can see the courage and loyalty that pulses through her veins, that resonated with her father so much. Where was it? Our friends do not feel the sacrifice a vain or empty one. We will not debate the profound wisdom of these proceedings. Draken, although brash at times, and without thought, he was always to the front. He was loyal. He had an ethic of an ethic of honor. He is and forever will be our friend. Of all the friends, I can only say this: of all the souls I've encountered in my travels, his was the most human. And finally, to Augury. I lost a precious part of me, where you once dwelled, dear friend. A bond that spanned a lifetime came abruptly to an end. Will my memories sustain me, even now that you have gone? Or will your image slowly fade away, without your face to gaze upon? I will never feel the comfort of your loving warm embrace. You will never make me laugh again until my stomach aches. When my heart is feeling lonely, you won't answer when I call. And when I start to lose my balance, you can't catch me if I fall. I won't have your voice of reason when I start to lose my way, or your reassuring words of strength when I'm feeling so afraid. I will treasure all those good old days, all those secrets that we shared. For that carefree man I was with you won't completely disappear. He sort of looks up to the crowd and looks around everybody. I'll hold you tightly. I'll hold tightly to your memory and forever miss you so. But I'll trust the gods must need you more, and I will gently let you go.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Why is that upsetting me so much?
I know, it's got me going as well. I was sitting going, man, it was so beautiful.
It's not even my words. I stole them. But
oh man, oh god.
That's how bad I'm at with that's why I can't do Nunukta. That's literally that'll break me.
Okay, Val, you're not going to say anything then. You're just going to say.
No. What Farival said resonated with Val, and there was a little smile towards Farival for what he said.
I did want to sort of say that there's a points where he sort of looks up and looks at Val, sort of knowing this sort of history between him and Augury, but I didn't want to sort of interrupt the poem too much. So.
Okay. So a lot of people, you hear sobs. There's no applause because I think people understand that as much as it was a poignant speech. It's obviously not the moment. The guards sort of kind of lower their heads, and the guard Captain Anders sort of comes over and passes Tharaval and Thomas a torch, and one of the other captains brings over, and Lady Taunt sort of brings over one to Valashul and Galandra and Lance, so to sort of kind of light the pyre for their friends.
We get attacked, people gonna die.
No mercy. Yeah.
No mercy.
Bloodlust.
Yep.
As you sort of turn to walk towards the towards the sort of pyre, you see another portal open in sort of in front of where the sarcophagus is, or the coffin is, and pushed out of the portal is a bound and gagged man. You the I'm just going to do this one again. It's not the so it's shouldn't say that as name, but it's you recognize this person as Gibbons. He looks injured, but you're surprised to see this sort of kind of, he's usually the one who creates the portals, but you see him getting pushed out. Following him, birth moment. Gonna have
Would Arno recognize this Gibbons guy from a baddie from inside Kibra?
Were you there when were you on the western wing?
I was on the left, yeah, with the elves, yeah.
Yeah, so you recognize him, and you're not you saw him sort of go into the portal and get injured and going into the portal, and you recognize him from the battle itself. You are slightly unsure of what's happening as sort of you see this body getting thrown out of this portal. You see stepping forward a visage of a large well armored dragonborn. Crap thing.
Whereabouts is this portal?
One minute. Sort of.
Just south of the sarcophagus, he said.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see coming. I'll not do the portal, but you sort of you see
these motherfuckers.
You see Kiamat Redscale appear from the portal as he sort of kind of casts down Gibbon onto the ground, and he stares at you, and then he looks back at the sarcophagus. His men sort of kind of move down. So we'll say he gets sort of kind of thrown over here. His men sort of come down and sort of put a cordon. He looks back at the sarcophagus and puts his hand on it. He then turns to you and says, "A gift in return for my son's body. Take him And he turns around to sort of, and he pulls open the sarcophagus of he pulls open the sarcophagus of your friends and starts to sort of kind of pick up the body of Draken.
I don't think Arno would just be standing there watching this.
No,
No,
neither would
it's charge forward time.
I'm going to throw
Yep.
that all over them.
Yeah, Arno would also cast a pretty big spell.
Okay, so as you sort of kind of start advancing forward, you hear screams from the crowd, as more sort of dragonborn appear to the west and to the east. Kiamat says, "I don't want any more trouble. I've gifted you this man who has killed my son. Let me go and nobody else gets hurt. I just want my son."
Oh. See, I think Val might let him, like, be on his side in this. It is his son after all. Even if, I don't know.
Yeah, I
At the
get
same
it,
time,
but he's desecrating
our
He's
family.
desecrating a
Yeah.
funeral. Yeah.
That's the way Arno would see it. He'd see like these people and what all this meant to them. Like he's sort of, obviously he's sad it's a funeral, but like he's the most indifferent of anyone. Like he sees this disruption and desecration, he would act immediately and throw down a spell on these fuckers. I don't think he'd care if this Gibbons got caught in the crossfire either.
No. That we can agree on.
Well, bear in mind, sort of, who he's connected to, and I'm happy for you to do whatever you want, but sort of, before you do anything brash, I'll let you have a sort of think about it quickly. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, because I was meant to do this before. It's past the moment now, but Casper, when the sort of kind of sarcophagus sort of kind of passes him at the top, sort of kind of runs over and places his wooden sword on top of.
I was going to. I'm not even joking. I was going to say when we were going through the towns and stuff like that,
Did we
stop off and tell Casper?
Yeah, so Casper,
and he was going to hand over his wooden sword.
Yeah, so I forgot completely. I was going to do it, but I kind of got taken away by the whole moment and stuff. But yeah, so Casper sort of leaves his wooden sword on top of the casket with Draken, and then sort of kind of runs off to his mother and starts crying. But yeah, so you now have you've got sort of kind of 4 Dragonborn of Tiamat sort of to your north. You've got 2 below sort of each, 1 below each of those buildings there. You've got 2 to the west and 2 to the east there. And he says, "Let me go. Have your gift, and I will let my men come with me. You will never see us on this island again. I have bigger fish to fry."
Tharaval, in a rage, at the first sort of sight of them coming through and disrupting what's going on, Tharaval draws his bow. He takes real steady aim directly at the Dragonborn's face, but he doesn't let loose. He wants to. He feels that what's happening is complete disrespect to they're fallen, but sort of can see the threat not only to themselves but to the other innocent lives around the monument. He shouts, he is no gift to us, but enough blood has been shed. Enough blood has been shed. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know if they'd be happy about them taking Draken either.
No.
What would Draken do? He would not let this stand. Is
He
that
would
on your
hit
mind
He would
as
hit it with
well?
his
Yeah.
axe because he didn't obviously like him as his father. He sort of disowned him.
Well, but I'm just saying, because would that not be the first thing that you guys think? Like, Draken
Yeah.
would not stand for this, right?
Yeah.
So Staravoy says,
Things crashed, bro.
the gift you give us is a curse, and you take nothing with you. Return to whence you came from, or you will be part of the fire also.
Oof.
You would risk all of these people. You would risk them after saving so many for a empty vessel of your friend.
I'd stand up and say, we would. You've been told to leave. Now leave. Empty-handed.
These people are here to bid their goodbye to saviors. They will not stand by and watch as the scum tries to take it away from them.
Okay, are you going to say anything to the crowd? Or do anything before this sort of it kicks off? Or what are your sort of what are you going to...
Arno will say to the people that he's sort of hidden, mixed in with, to get to the center point behind the soldiers, like that path, and tell them to run.
Okay, do you want to roll... Okay, so you're just saying run to the center point.
Well, I'll tell them to get behind the soldiers, but I'll be whispering this to like the 3 people near me, so that they're not like panicking.
Okay, so Cuthbert and his family start sort of kind of walking, sort of moving over there. Other people are sort of kind of looking. They've obviously backed off from the approaching Dragonborn that are there. Jonto sort of looks over at like Tharaval and Seravel and sort of nods, does a bit of a sign to sort of kind of to tell you that he's ready whenever you're ready to sort of deal with the situation. Captain Bracken, PJ and Duncan, they sort of kind of nod over, and you get the sort of they're ready to do what's needed. In fact, there should be more of these guys worth 2 in each.
This got a bit spicier.
Do we roll initiative?
Yeah. So if you're just last thing, are you rolling initiative? Are you shouting? Are you telling? And what are you doing for the rest of the civilians and stuff like that? What's the sort of view? You've got sort of Jonto's done some sort of thieves' cant to let you know that he's sort of will do what's needed. Captain Bracken sort of kind of nodded his head, so you're aware that sort of he's around. The soldiers, you've got General Fabius and some of the Triarchs, Lady Taunt. There's a lot of quite powerful guys here. I may have to up the.
That's right.
The birthing 1 minute. I think I'm going to have to, unfortunately, add a few more of these guys because there's a lot of.
That might change things though. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of civilians around here as well. If there were more, like I thought there was just like 2 around on both sides.
Well, I just realized there's a lot of guys who sort of can do a lot of damage and stuff. And as much as these guys are pretty hard, they're not going to stand up to the amount of people that are there and stuff. So there has to be a.
They started it.
Okay. Yeah.
So Tharaval he shouts. He's done like the sort of thieves' cant with the thieves, but he shouts to the soldiers to arms, and as he does so, he shouts, get the civilians to cover, defend the civilians with your lives. And then he sort of turns it and aims down his arrow at what's the name of him again? Sorry,
Kiamat Red Scale.
Kiamat Red Scale.
He aims down the arrow at Kiamat, and he says, "Go back to whence you came and bring nothing with you but our vengeance." And then looses an arrow.
Okay, you can have a surprise attack then. You can shoot at him. The whereabouts are you, by the way? Where's your character? You're there. Yeah, he's standing up. You'll get a bit of cover.
I get advantage on surprise attacks anyway, so.
Right. Time to use all my things. Right, so. Sneak attack. Dread Ambusher. Hunter's Mark. Do I want to use Lightning Arrow? Yeah, fuck it, why not? Okay, so he's also going to use Assassinate. Start the third level, you're deadliest when you get the drop in your enemies. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn yet in combat. In addition, any hit you score against a creature is surprised. Is that going to matter? Is it a surprise? Is it surprise attack for the first one?
Yeah, because he's not. I'd say he's not expecting you to sort of shoot at him, I guess. So yeah, I'd say it's a surprise.
Okay. So
Would me and Thomas be able to bomb those spells off immediately, or no?
I think we should.
Yeah. Arno definitely would do it immediately without thinking.
As would Thomas as soon as that bastard turned up.
Yeah.
Okay. So, birth 1 minute. Okay. Okay, so does is everybody rolling initiative? Bear with me 1 minute. I haven't got
preemptively
got my clock. Oh, you've got it. Yeah. So everybody just roll initiative then for us.
Question, Matt. Which way's the wind blowing?
South.
Oh, Sally.
Why would
Sally? She doesn't know 69th episodes next week either.
What if she's like? What if she's young? I
She
don't even
is
know
young,
how
you
old she is.
perverts.
Oh no!
She's 15, you bunch of.
Well,
I didn't
say
know
anything.
that. Arno's never met. Everyone's big to him anyway.
Besides, you come right up to her,
So, sorry, Cerevel, his roll's 18.2 as well, so the second roll was for his initiative. Oh god, Nanook's here. Oh god, no! What have I done?
Yeah, roll initiative for her.
Give Matt half an hour to roll initiative for every.
I'll
every
give you some more
entry.
hit points. Obviously, she'll have more hit points and stuff because she's been trained and stuff. Is very much. And then we'll give initiative. And then we need to do. Does anybody get access to Lance, by the way?
Well, I can. I'm sure you gave me it before when he couldn't make it.
Yeah. So do you want to do take over Lance? I'm not sure if you can do Eldrith as well and stuff. Can you do Eldrith?
Oh, I wouldn't know, to be honest.
See if you
I
can
can try.
see if you can move her.
I can move Eldrith.
Yeah, so if you can move her, you should be able to do her.
Yeah,
her
there you go.
attack.
I'll let you do her, and I'll do Lance then,
Yeah.
as it were.
Okay.
Right. Why does she have not full health?
Oh, she should do have full health. Just stick her up to full health.
Where did you go? He's over there.
There we go.
Who else do we need? So we need Lance's initiative.
There you go.
Who else? So we got Gregor, who have just done his initiative. Sir Tristan, I need to do Sir Tristan thing as well at some point. Galandra.
I keep reading General Fabius as General Fabulous.
Fabulous. What's your name? General Fabulous.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
You need to see his assistant, Lieutenant Super.
Let me just do this. We want sounding. Okay, so it's Sally, and we've got Galandra, Arno. Where are the rest of you guys? I haven't got Tharavel. Oh yeah, Tharavel's there.
Tharavel there. You need to add in
Tharavel.
Tharavel and Tharavel will be one after the other. I did the initiative for Tharavel.
I'll just change.
Yeah.
Probably 1 minute. I'll move them up to you, and then
Move it to 18.2. Well, 18.19, so it's easy to do.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. Lady Taunt. Okay. So, do your surprise attack, and then we'll do our thing.
Is he wearing plate armor?
He is wearing plate armor.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, bear with me 1 minute because it's different because it's he's Dragonborn Breath of He has got. No, he doesn't. He's got obsidian flint, dragon plate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just double check. Okay. So, it'll be multi-attack. Where's my thing? Right, magic antler. So
9. Even numbers. Okay. A lot of time.
So he gets advantage. So it's a crit automatically.
Yep.
So there's a lot of ones in there. So because of that, he also gets to add the crits onto all the damage.
That's 102.
At the minute.
Yep.
Wait a minute,
Wow,
so how are you doing 102 damage?
25 plus 32 plus
Oh,
13
sorry.
plus-
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let me,
I
right.
somehow I doubled that 25 to 50. It's 25, 57, 70, 72.
I'm just trying to right. So he's got a crit for the attack. So I'm assuming all the damage is going to have added that on, is it?
Yeah, so it's added
Yeah.
on.
So
Yeah.
it's 25. It's going to be 25 plus 32, and then the 13 plus 2, right, which is the crit. Okay, right. So that's that. I don't need to do anything else extra for that. So that's the first.
72 with one arrow.
Yeah, but it's because it's
Oh.
that lightning attack. So let me just double check. Take 48 light damage on a hit, or half much of a miss. Whether you hit or miss, each creature within 10 feet of the target must make a dexterity saving throw. Each of these creatures takes 2d8 lightning damage on a field save, or half as much on a successful one.
Nice.
So anything within 10 feet has to take
Fantastic. That's 3 of them in front of him then.
2d8 or roll a dexterity saving
Oh,
throw.
it's the five.
It's 5 in
Five.
front of him.
Okay. So he takes that damage. So how much damage is that he takes?
72.
He's still got 2 more attacks.
Okay, well, do your 2 more. Are they both with the lightning, or is that just the
No,
one?
no, he only gets it for 1 attack.
Okay, so let me just take the. Let me do. How much damage does the?
So 72 for Kiamat.
Actually, bear with me a moment, because he is a super hard. So he's got legendary actions and stuff.
Do you with the surprise? Do you give like the surprise round or just the surprise attack? Like, will he be able to do like full suite of attacks, or is it just the one?
It's a surprise attack, so I thought it's your.
got an
Is it
act?
normally-
It always has been before.
Yeah, it's always
A
been.
surprise action.
Yeah, it's a surprise action, basically. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So,
So-
bear with me 1 minute. Let me just check something here. Okay, bear with me 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Fine. I haven't used them for a while, so I just okay. All right.
like that laugh.
Right. So
Uh,
so they do what? How much damage for the Dragonborn?
72. So they have to do a dex saving throw.
Okay.
Although must take a dexterity saving throw. Each of these creatures.
No,
I don't know.
They've taken it. So how much damage do they take?
Is that the full lightning, the 32?
2d8.
Oh, 2d8.
2d8. So roll 2d8, and I'll just do it for all 5 of them.
2d8.
So 9 damage for 5 of them in front.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that is.
And then my other 2 attacks. So I can't use that. Can't use that. Can't use that. Okay, right. So I'll just do the other 2. 1. And
Why is my? Oh yeah, there's the little blood spurts that we want. Yeah, okay. That misses.
ooh, that's
And
gonna miss as well.
that misses as well. So you got one good. You got one good hit in on him. How much damage was that? Sorry, I didn't take it off. 72.
72.
2.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. They get advantage. So even does the 22 plus 2 still miss?
Oh, is it +2? Yeah, everything on it. So that's 24, is it? Let me just check on him.
Yeah.
He's got quite a high AC.
So it's 24.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 24 hits him. Yeah.
Well, that's 90 total.
Okay.
But then that is also, because it's a surprise attack, it's a crit. So I have to roll
another D5 for the Hunter's Mark, and then another D8 for the piercing damage.
Just
Okay.
take them off the next attack.
Just add them now. Just do it now. I don't mind. Just roll the dice.
Sorry, so what was that one? D6?
D6 on Hunter's Mark.
D6, yeah.
And then D8 on your bow.
Another D8. Nice. 8, 9, 10.
That's
100.
100 total. Woof.
Okay.
digit.
I'd love to say he's still got a lot of health left.
He's still in green. I'm going to cry.
He is still in green.
Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so I need to roll something for the townspeople as well, so I'm just going to do D20 for their. So 7, so they're going to be after the soldiers, so it's going to be soldiers and then people, and then okay, right. Okay, so first up, Sally.
What about our surprise spells?
Okay,
Yeah, do they go off as well?
Yeah, go on then. Fire spells.
We already rolled them, so
where are they? Sorry.
just
Way
scroll up in the chat
So
before the initiative.
it's 18 for both spells with a DC 17 con save.
Was yours a 30-foot radius?
Mine's 20.
Okay. So I put a 30 radius.
So you're hitting Gibbon as well then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
fucking
I am
Gibbon.
as well.
Okay.
So I
Sorry,
think
DM.
that's
He's like,
Doesn't bother
that
me.
was the key information he was going to give you guys.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Right, so the green is Thomas's and the purple.
no, the
No,
purple
Green
is
is
mine.
Arno's.
Right, okay, so what am I doing for purple is
DC 18 poison damage on a DC 17 con save.
okay. God damn it. So I'll do him first. They're all resistant to poison. So it's going to be half damage anyway.
They were resistant to fire yesterday.
They are resistant to fire as well. They're resistant to a lot of things. Yeah, especially his is fire, poisoning, budgeling, piercing, slashing, necromantic.
Have you basically looked at every type of damage I can do and made them resistant to it?
Well, this guy's a pretty high level guy, so he's going to be resistant to a lot of stuff. Right, so he's resistant to that. He needs to do a con save, which he passes, so it's half damage and then half damage again. So what's that?
5.
5 damage.
It's almost 100.
So 5 damage, and then these chaps here, they've got to do theirs. By the way, damage to him as well. Where is he? Oh, where's the thing? Oh, there he is. That's Dragonborn Kiamat. There he is. His okay. It's resistant to non-magical weapons.
That's magic.
Everything is though.
Huh?
Everything is resistant to non-magical weapons. Anyone that's anyone isn't. I mean,
Non-magical weapons. So I guess it is magic. So
It's magical poison.
yeah, magical weapons. So is it a magical weapon though?
It's a spell. How much more magic does it need to be?
Okay.
For a second, I was
just give
going
us
to
that-
say
what's the half damage then? Just half
my
damage.
bow does
9 damage.
piercing damage, but it's a magical bow, so
Yeah, 9. Okay, so that knocks that down to that. These guys here. Dragonborn Tiamat. They are not resistant to that, so they just need to roll their cons. They fail. So much damage they take. How much damage are they taking?
18 bitches.
18. So
What's the other thing?
Hold on.
There's something else, isn't there?
Yeah, it remains in place, but it moves with the wind, or until I dismiss it by stop concentrating
so it's
on
going to start moving south then?
Well, when it gets near us, I'll dismiss it, but until then, they're getting poisoned every turn.
Okay. How far does it move, though?
It moves 10 feet per round.
Okay, from the center, so it's going to go 1, 2. So it's going to be nearly on the nook as of the next turn.
It's alright, it'll be dismissed by then. And by the way, that was 18 damage to 10 Dragonborn. That's 180 damage, thank you, Tharavel.
Not a competition.
Yes, it is. No, it's not. It's not even close, goddammit.
Okay. Birthday 1 minute. And then the last one. Okay. Arno, what am I doing? A DC 18 again for you?
17, and it's 18 radiant damage.
But mine is when they start their turn there. So I don't know if you want to do it now or
I'll
I'll
just do it now. Okay, so Kiamat, he does his. He passes. So is it half damage or is it just no damage at all? What's the?
It's. I don't think it's anything. Yeah, it looks like
Passes. Okay, so I'll just do 1 for these lot as well.
what?
And they pass as well, so no damage.
I think that's really unfair. I've sacrificed the 4th level slot of 2, and you've done
rude.
1 con save for 10 Dragonborn.
Well,
I don't think that's really fair.
Okay, I want you to point out that I didn't roll for damage for I didn't make him roll for damage for each one of them individually. I just went the whole lot of them took the damage.
Don't forget Gibbon.
I could do it one by one. I'm just trying to make things faster.
To be fair, Conrad, this is what Matt's done every time so far.
Yeah,
I always do it in group, especially if there's lots of guys. If I do it individually, it's just going to take forever. I'm trying to make things. I understand it's annoying, but No,
it's just. Well, it's not just. It's just rendered like one of my most powerful moves completely hopeless. Where I would have expected to at least hit half of them, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just I've done it pretty much from day one. If there's groups, I just group them together and stuff. It saves time, and in the end, it's if they had on the other side of it, had they all failed it, all of them would have taken that damage. So it's sort of, you gotta look at it that way. If they hadn't have passed it, then they would have all 10 of them would have taken the full damage. So,
you still need to roll for Gibbon, Matt.
Oh yeah, okay, for Gibbon. I'm happy, if you really want me to do sort of individuals, but it's gonna slow combat down, especially bigger ones like this, where there's gonna be lots of guys and stuff. It's basically you either gotta take it that you take the good with the bad, or we do it individually, and it will take sort of forever. It's up to you.
No, it's a group decision. If that's the way you've always done it, then that's the way we'll do it.
Like I said, if it had gone well, it would have worked.
I would say it was just unlucky because it's a pretty high Constitution save. Like 90% of the time, you probably would be successful with that spell.
Yeah, it's not like it's going to happen all the time. It's just that he himself is quite high, and these are higher level monsters, effectively. So it's going to be. Okay, so. Oh yeah, sorry, we need Gibbon. And he is going to take a con. He fails. So how much damage is it doing?
He takes 18 radiant damage and suffers 1 level of exhaustion.
Nice.
Okay.
And he emits a dim greenish light in a 5-foot radius.
That'll learn him.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll roll a second. So I'll do the first. So you're not sort of feeling super cheated. I'll roll a second con save for the second half. So say the ones on the left have saved, and then the ones on the right, I'll roll a second con for them. Because I'm a fair DM. Okay, so their second roll is a crit.
God.
So there you go.
Jesus.
So yeah, okay. So they're fine. They're yeah. Okay. That's that. Gibbon has taken his damage. Who is next? Sally's next.
Sally's next. Sally's gonna get her a Kiamat tooth. Oh, there's very little Sally can do, actually. I think she's just gonna add a bit of insult.
Sally is literally up front, and
She's going ham.
Oh, sorry, that was... It says Lance, but that was Sally that rolled 6 magic missile damage on Kiamat.
Okay. 6 damage on Kiamat. Okay. We are on to Galandra. I am not sure because I don't know her spells and she hasn't been upgraded. So she's sort of, I don't think she's even up to level 12 yet because I don't think Danny's upgraded her yet. What do you want to do with her? I guess you could keep her as a healer and sort of, do healing stuff with her.
He did have one that was half decent from what I remember. Don't know if I've got access to her or not here, but I don't think I do.
I will give access to people for her.
So, what was the one that she had? Guiding Bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, all players can edit it and control it by, so you can control her. Everybody can control her.
Guiding Bolt, aid, prayer, spiritual weapon, lesser restoration, old person, blind. Ooh. Blinding deafness. Do we want to just go for all-out damage, or?
Yeah. But
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay.
We need to make a statement.
Yeah. So she's going to cast Guiding Bolt, flashlight streaks on a target at higher levels. When you cast a spell using slot second level or higher, the damage increases by 1d6 for each level slot. So we could maybe do that at a level 3. Well, she's got more there actually. She goes up to level 5. I forgot she's got Flame Strike, which I'm assuming is going to be... What's Death Ward do?
That'll be part of her healing to prevent people from taking too much damage or dying.
Okay, right, so Guiding Bolt at level... So at level... What's that? 1, 2, 3. We do level 3. 46 plus a d6 for each level, so that'll be 66.
66.
I've just clicked on that, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, submit. That's a hit.
Nice. 22 radiant.
22 radiant on Kiamat, is this?
Is that 22 plus is the 7? What's the 7 for?
That's
Higher level cast.
oh, that's the original, so it's 29 total.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
look at the damage. It's 4 plus 3 6s.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it's yeah.
Okay. So Captain Bracken, he is going to use a bonus action to sort of kind of shout for the civilians to sort of kind of start to run towards, go back towards where there's people within range of him to start moving. Actually, because it's not their turn. But he's going to tell them to move over behind the soldiers. He is then going to. He is then going to charge towards one of these guys, and he's going to have Adam. Okay. And unfortunately, he misses with both of them. Alright, he's done. Arno, you're up.
I think I'd while running myself now, I'd shout with urgency to the people around me to run to the center. I'd sort of make it over here behind Sir Tristan to give me some cover, and I would just throw out some Eldritch Blasts.
Okay. Who are you firing at?
I will fire at the one at the. Well, I'll start with the one of the
Yep.
Dragonborns to my southeast.
Yep.
Where is it?
Uh,
16.
You fail.
Okay.
Yep. You've got an AC of 18.
Okay. Second one.
Yep, that's 14 damage.
And I'm just reading on my character sheet. It says once on each of my turns when I hit with an attack roll, I can deal an extra 4 bludgeoning damage to the target.
Okay.
This is an attack roll, right? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So...
Okay, so an extra 4. And
yeah.
With my last level, I took a thingy that means I now. Where is it? Sorry, trying to find it. Claw down here. Yeah, I can push the creature up to 10 feet away from me in a straight line.
Okay.
So you need to move him back 10 feet. So I'm trying to give a bit more space to the old civilians, and I've got one more to roll.
That's a miss.
All right, that's useful. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll move them.
Okay. Nanook.
Nanook Staravol's going to command Nanook to defend Lady Taunt, so she's going to
Just shuffle around there.
Okay.
Convenient.
He's probably still going to end up dead.
Thomas.
Okay. Where exactly is the portal?
It's just behind Kiamat, so he's sort of it's sort of in between him and the sarcophagus.
Okay. See this? It's going in the portal. As in through the portal and out the other side.
You're firing it into the portal?
Fuck yeah. There's someone on the other side maintaining that portal and holding it open, and I am closing it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. The fireball goes through the portal, and sort of, yeah. You just see it go through the portal.
Yep.
All right. No probs.
Someone pokes his head through. Who did that?
Why, Iona? Okay, Tharavel, you're up.
Okay, so I get to use all my things again because this is the first round of combat.
It is.
He is aware of you, and he has, and other people have. Yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing. So the guiding bolt that Galandra used.
Yeah.
Hold on. Where's the wording for it? I just want to make sure I'm getting it right. It was something.
You get
about,
advantage on it.
You get advantage on
With
attacks.
guiding bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right. Okay. Yeah. So he is going to use sneak attack, dread ambusher, hunter's mark. Can't use lightning arrow. So again, he gets 3 attacks. 1. It's a hit. So he's not surprised. What does that do? Oh, he gets advantage on any attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so they're not crit hits. So that's 19 plus 13, so that's 1 hit. Take that out, take that off. 2. Those are misses. And
Oh, I just realized something.
what?
My roll 20 has my save wrong. It should be a con 21 save,
Oh.
which makes a big difference.
So that means all those guys are
It
going
means
to...
everyone will have failed.
What? A con 21 save?
Yeah,
Why is it a con 20?
because of a bunch of items that I've got.
Bunch of items.
It adds on to my saves.
Hang on a minute, let me just check your character sheet here. Where are you? Arno Jerkel. Bio character sheet.
I basically have a parallel character sheet open in D&D Beyond that it does really good at calculating all that, and it's telling me my save DC is 21.
So your spell save DC 21's here. It says 21 here on roll 22.
Oh. Yeah, so why did it say when the spell was cast it was wrong?
Well, because it's specific to that spell. It's not just your inherent one. It's just that spell save is that much. It's not always 21. It's got a different save for different spells.
No. You have your inherent saving roll. It just changes depending on what stat it is. That's the whole point behind the casters. Like, my save is 21. It's 21 for all of those spells.
But Dave, because you've always had it as on what it said on the spell. Are we? Where's that?
Yeah, you've got your spell save is on the top of the... So Galandra's spell save is 17 DC. Wisdom.
And that's her stat based.
Yeah. So let's. So what have you? What did? What? So what's yours, Thomas?
Sorry, what's my what?
Your spell save? Because what was your last spell? Because if you've been doing it wrong.
Mine's DC 17, I think.
But then there's spells that say what the DC should be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some of the
And
spells
then
tell
there's
you what.
and then there's ones that it says your spells your spell save
Yeah,
ability.
exactly. I thought that was what it was. There's certain ones which
Yeah.
you have a certain have a certain DC set, and there's ones which say your spell save.
Yeah, your spell.
Like
my
what?
spell save is 8 plus your spellcasting modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, exactly. There's not a single spell that says a specific save number unless it's on a creature, and that is calculated by the creature. All the spells will say must make a dex save or must make a con save, and that's calculated per creature or caster or whatever.
1 minute, let me see. Let me check this here.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, the target must. We got. So. I think there's other spells here. Let me just check something. So. Because if we've basically, if that's the case, then we've just been going with what it said on the spell thing. So we've been doing it wrong all this time. Have we got a spell that you cast that said what the DC? Has somebody got a spell to hand that they can sort of?
Every
Yeah,
single
maybe.
one of mine says just roll con save, roll dex save equal to your
Yeah.
modifier.
Yeah, so there'll be ones that'll say dexterity saving throw or something along those lines, but then there will be ones that say spell save. I would
Spell
assume,
save?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's rolling. Yeah, so they have to roll a con save that equals that amount. So that's not the spell save.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
It
so
is
the
the
spell
DC.
save is the number they have to roll, and then the spell determines what ability
Yeah,
they have to roll
exactly.
against. So whether it's con, strength, dex, whatever.
It will be like, so for me, my save
Somebody
DC
roll a
is
spell with
21
it.
for all.
Somebody cast a spell, and you
Right,
can have the
hold
you can,
on.
you can
Let
have
me-
the thing back, and then we'll you have your point back after you've cast it, so we can just sort of work it out. Because it's,
There you go.
DC 17. So what is your So your 17 is your 17
DC
save?
17, and then it's a wisdom save for this instance.
Yeah. So you do one that has a save.
So
Is that-
mine, I can see now in my attacks and spellcasting, it's saying mine are all DC 17, but that's wrong.
So give us a cast one, and you can have the spell slot back again. You can take it. But it is
See, it's saying 17, but my DC is 21.
all right. So why is that happening?
I have no idea.
Okay, cool. Well, the first 5 then, so the second 5 got a crit save. The first 5 can take the damage then. So how much damage is it?
It was 18 radiant,
Okay.
and they get a point of exhaustion as
Okay.
well,
So
which is significant.
these... Now you wish you'd had just the one roll.
No, play by the rules.
Live by the
but-
sword.
Okay, so remember that then, because I can only go
Yeah.
off what it is, because I
Yeah, I
just
know, I
assumed-
know.
Yeah, so
I was just really confused.
I'm not sure why it's doing. Is it on your?
I'll have a look.
Yeah, just have a look at your character sheet. Make sure everybody else, Dave, make sure yours is doing the same and stuff.
Yeah, mine's 8 plus 5 plus 4. So 8 plus 9 is 17.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just remind me, because if it carries, if it's broken
Yeah,
and it's not
really
working,
confusing.
yeah, it's just let me know. Just say it's 21. It's not 17, because
Yeah,
I'll just look at
alright.
it and go 17. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So these guys need to go down by 18. So they are down to. That's. Oh, that is 1, 2, 3 on this guy as well. Yep, okay. They're done. GG. There you go. Right.
Tiamat takes another 46.
46 damage onto Tiamat. He is.
Is he at least yellow yet?
I think he's going to verge into.
Oh dear.
He's yellowish.
That'll do. That's a start.
He's yellowish. Okay.
Cerevel?
Right. It is Cerevel next. Yeah.
Okay. So he's going to use that. He doesn't have Dread Amber. What does he get? He's going to have Assassinate, so he gets advantage. Anyway.
Why is he? Is advantage? Because what's Assassinate work on?
So it's for you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, but he only gets the 2 attack, and hopefully he actually hits them. 1.
Feels.
Crud. 2.
That's a hit.
So 23, 36.
Okay. There you go. He's definitely in the yellow now.
Yeah, that's Cerevel's gone.
Okay. Jonto is going to have at the closest Dragonborn.
Good, Jonto!
2 attacks with his rapier. And he hits with the second one. DC Constitution save or throw taking. Ooh, that's nice. So 11 piercing, needs to take a con save. Fails. So takes another 24 damage. So he does 30, 36, 35 damage. Nice.
Gotta love them teeth.
Yeah. Okay, so that knocks him down to that. Okay. Nice. Jonto's gone. Sir Gregor. Where is Sir Gregor? Now, what is Sir Gregor going to do? He's not going to. So he's going to stand in front of. He's going to stand in front of Galandra. He has now, because I've given him, he's got 3 levels of fighter and he's got 3 levels of paladin. I'm not sure what a level 3 paladin can do. Has he got any sort of range stuff he can do, Val, that he can do from there?
Not that I know of. Remember, I'm using
Yeah.
an oath as well. That's a homebrew. So
Yeah. Okay, so fine. His oath is protection, devotion, and I think he's a protection fighter and stuff as well. So he's just going to stick by Galandra as his thing. Lance, want to do Lance for me then? Where is he?
Lance. I will do Lance quite happily. Right, we're gonna move up to there. And then, can you give me another lance to use as an echo for the Echo Knight ability?
Yeah. Let's see. So we're lance. Second lance.
Okay, so Echo Lance is going to appear next to Kiamat. And then he's going to twat him one.
Okay.
with the magical spear staff of doom. Does he get 2 attacks or 3 attacks? I can never remember what he gets.
I
He's
don't
got
know.
it's 2, and then he can use action surge, I think. But he
That's right.
He can only use
You can
it
only
once
use that once.
per
Yeah, that's right.
long rest or something like that.
Fails.
Is it not still at advantage because of Galandra's guiding bolt?
What does Guiding Bolt do again? Is it all attacks?
All attacks for the next round.
Yep, okay, so he's got advantage. So that's a hit. So he takes 11, and that's definitely... So he takes 11, 20...
36.
36. Okay.
Just gonna try and cast again and see if I've changed anything.
Yeah,
Yep.
there you go.
There we go.
Interesting.
So what was
You
it?
have to go in. You have to go in and edit the spell, and where it says spellcasting ability, instead of selecting your stat you want to use, you need to change it to say spell. That's really weird that you have to do that for everything. So just check, Thomas. I just googled something and it's a known
Right,
bug.
okay.
Okay.
So anything that does major damage or has a DC, just make sure you.
Yeah, will do.
Okay. Right. So that's that. Eldrith.
Mike, you've got Eldrith, haven't you?
Have I, or is it?
Oh, it was me.
Oh, sorry, Kia.
So she will. I guess she'll follow suit and start firing at Arcan, getting into better position there, maybe.
Yep. So give me just 3 shots with her longbow.
Uno, dos, tres.
And 3 misses. Even with advantage. So 3
Even with
misses.
advantage,
Even
okay.
with
Was
advantage.
she ever even able to hit him?
You got a 22, yeah. So
Yeah. He's...
Yeah.
No, so she's off. Soldiers, they are, so they are going to. The thing is, are they going to get told to stay put? So I'll give you the option. Are they going to stay put to protect the civilians, or are they going to advance on the? Actually, for when the civilians retreat behind them, or are they going to advance?
They should advance in a line to form a
barrier,
deeper
yeah.
barricade. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So move forward as the civilians come past.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, Eldrith has 2 sets of 3 attacks.
Oh.
And we
In that case.
we need to do she needs a proper character sheet.
Yeah, she does.
Hey, she hit one.
Yeah, so that's 10 damage.
Another attack, is it?
What?
No, that's all 6.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry.
Guys, and that, these guys, that. I should have just grouped them. A lot easier. Okay, soldiers have gone. It's now Kiamat's go. This could be painful. Okay, so he is going to he is going to ignore. Okay. He's going to cast Finger of Death on. He's going to cast Finger Death on.
Next week, come on.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, shall we leave that for now? Because if we,
He was joking about the innuendo.
well, to be honest, we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 more rounds.
It's not even been my turn yet.
Yeah. We'll do the full round and then we'll sort of think. Okay, so he's
Yeah.
going to cast Finger of Death, and he is going to cast it on Sally. No. She's just been revived. Okay. There's no way of me. Technically, it's going to be the person who's done the most damage, I would say. So who has done the most damage to him?
It was one of the soldiers.
Oh, man.
Hang on. I know it's going to use counterspell.
Oh, nice.
Wait a minute. Is that in your turn?
No, it's a reaction,
It's a reaction.
outside of my turn. It's just whenever anybody within 60 feet.
Yes,
is
but do you have
casting
to
a
use
spell.
that as a reaction? So you have to place yourself in reaction, and it's as it like Overwatch effectively.
No, it's a reaction, which is everyone has a reaction as part of their turn.
Do they?
You have an action, bonus action, and reaction.
Yeah,
Every turn.
every turn.
And no, it's just most people don't use reactions most of the time.
You know your Mubasa that you came up with, Matt. It's Mubasa with an R on the end.
Okay. Okay. So reaction.
There you go. What level is this spell?
It is a level 8 spell, I think.
Then it's not going to take any effect.
Bear with me 1 minute. Let me just 7th level necromancy.
Okay, it's not going to do anything then.
Yeah, Finger of Death is level 7.
Level 7. Okay, so who's done the most damage?
One of the soldiers.
Is it
One of the soldiers.
It's
I
gonna
think it's
Depends, is
Saraval.
it most damage to him or most damage overall?
Who's getting the Finger of Death?
Quiet you.
Well, technically, it's going to be
It's not
Tharval
a
because
competition.
he's had.
To be honest, you
he's had the
haven't done that. You did 70 damage the first one.
I did 100.
You did 100 damage
Yeah,
to
okay.
the.
Tharval's done like 150
Okay, so
damage.
I'm afraid it's going to have to be you then. So,
Tharval.
Yeah, because my fireball, we don't know what happened to it. It just went through the portal.
yeah. Okay.
Knew this was good.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, sorry, go.
Oh, hang on. No, wait, you need to make an ability check first. I misread. So this one is DC 17, because this says DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. If it's a level 7 spell, you need to roll DC 17.
One reaction, which you take
Use
within
it-
60 feet of the casting spell.
Charisma, please. Charisma
pardon me.
save from this Arcan fucker.
It was 17.
Yeah, DC 17 charisma.
17 charisma.
Come on. If there's one you're going to fail this.
For Kiamat the bastard.
Tiamat the bastard.
Please.
And not be very charismatic.
Surely not.
Don't call me Shirley.
Crit feels it.
Get in. I was useful.
That being said,
Does he Finger of Death his own foot?
Earthy 1 minute.
It fizzles out and he loses the action and the spell slot with the counter spell.
You just saved me from getting
What's
fingered.
Lance doing over there? Bloody hell.
Oh yeah, no, it's his echo. It's his echo.
his echo.
Oh,
It's his
okay.
echo. Yeah, it's his echo.
Yeah, because I was going to say he's going to take some radiant damage if that is him.
Okay, so
He'll be fine.
he has a he's got a legendary action where he can auto pass a save once every day.
But only if he doesn't roll a crit on that save.
I'm afraid not. So yes, he can't use it again. So, but yeah, he's saved. Okay, so
Sorry,
it's
Thurl.
It's not going to kill
Yeah,
you.
you did your
It's not
best.
going to kill you.
You're not a zombie
But
yet.
it's probably going to do a lot of damage.
It's gonna. I tell you what, this is on Thomas's wish list when he gets to be able to cast level 7 spells. So yeah, I know all about this one. It's quite nasty.
Okay.
Hurry up and finger me. Get over with.
5-finger death punch.
None of this
Actually, I
foreplay.
lie. I didn't realize it does 7d8 plus 30 necrotic damage.
It
Plus
does a
30.
stupid amount of damage.
Okay, I
Yeah,
didn't see the
so-
7d8. Okay, so right.
You just have to roll the 78 then.
Well, no, because the roll. So it is. Where is it? Finger of Death. It does. This says. Finger of Death. Says you send negative energy causing 3. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. It takes. So his spell casting is. DC 18. DC 18. So you've got to make a DC 18 Constitution save.
Okay.
Damn it!
Okay, so you take 7. 78. Let me advise die roller. Roll 7 d8. It's this plus 30. So you take 62 damage. Yeah.
That's all right. I did more damage against him.
It's not a competition.
Okay.
So I am down to. Okay.
He also.
No.
Just for everyone that. Okay, so let me see. That's 62. Oh, actually, where's the thing? Where's so target must make Constitution saving throw is done. D2 necrotic damage. On his fail save, half damage, successful one. Humanoid killed by the spell rises and starts in the next turn as a zombie, as permanently under your command, following your verbal orders at best of its ability. Okay, so that's that. He is then going to swing his axe at the echo of Lance. How many attacks? He does 3. I think that's 3 hits.
It is 3 hits. The Echo only has 1 hit point, so it just disappears.
Okay. So Echo's gone.
Yep.
Okay, he's going to do that. He's now going to move up behind the coffin to pick up his son. And that is him done. We're on to the Dragonborn themselves. They... Oh, God, man. Sally's right in the way.
Goodbye, Sally.
Hi, Sally. Nice knowing
You
you.
just left
At
her,
least it wasn't
you
the
just left
finger
her
of
in
death.
front, and I'm just like, oh, would this Dragonborn be, should we,
He would absolutely try and kill her, wouldn't he?
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
1.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm moving.
Why couldn't we just let him go? Never let him go.
1, 2, 3. So he's gonna do that. He's gonna move up these guys. 3.
Oh, would Thomas's cloud have drifted down 10 feet on his turn, wouldn't it?
On his turn, it's not his. Hasn't been his turn.
Yeah, but it has. He did have he threw a fireball in a portal. Remember?
Oh, that's true.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Right,
So
hold on then. Right, so 1, 2, it's there. And then they all take 18. Was it 18 damage again?
Yeah.
Gregor's probably going to get pounded as well.
Well, I got fingered.
Actually, he can't because that
Is it-
soldier's in the way. So,
Do they take the damage if they walk through it, or if they end their turn there, or if they start the turn there?
what is it?
So-
Yeah, because currently it's only 1, and now it's gonna. The next move, it's gonna move onto your own guys. What's how?
No, it's not. I'll dismiss it before it gets to us.
So that's them. He
Probably move through, right?
Yeah, that makes it. You've got to breathe. What are you moving?
What does it say?
Yeah, that's what I was.
None of this assumption.
Not what do you
malarkey.
think?
What does it say?
Okay, let's have a look what it says.
While this is happening, I'm just going to. Okay.
When a creature enters the spell or starts its turn there,
Okay, so all of those guys.
take another 18.
Oh, do we have to do another save for it?
Yeah, you do.
So is it a con save?
Yes, when they enter or start their
Con
turn,
save.
they make a con save.
So they started their turn in there.
Okay, character. So I'm doing this just once for all of them. Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
happy.
Yep. 17 is what they want. So it's half damage, or is it just no damage at all?
It's half damage, so another 9 poison.
Okay.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they're down to that. This song I've heard used in a lot of YouTube videos. That one. Okay. Actually, I haven't done these guys here. Or this one. Okay. So there, I'll
Right.
do. I'm going to do all their movements, and I'll do their attacks afterwards. This guy is going to have at guard Captain Anders. This guy is going to 1, 2, 3 attack Ciravel. This one's going to move up to help against Jonto. These two are going to start killing civilians, so I'm not even going to roll for them. They're just going to die. So that is it's not letting me because there are obviously things. I'm just going
Right.
to put X's.
When the Lance's Echo was destroyed, his consciousness reappeared back in his own self.
Yeah.
So if a Dragonborn appears next to him, does he get an attack of opportunity?
No, because he's moving into combat. They're not sort of moving past. He's not moving through you. They're all moving into combat. I haven't sort of
Right,
attack
okay.
of opportunities. Yeah, so
If they move past or
yeah,
away.
pass it away. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so let me just kill a few civilians. There. These 3 dead. He's gonna do that. Gonna go up to deal with Captain. These 2 are going to again start killing some civilians. So we will knock these 3 out. Okay, so they're all dead. Those are dead or badly injured. Okay, I'll do the attacks for them. So we will start up with oh, that one should be. Ah, damn it! Move. Should be beside him. Okay, so we'll start from left to right. So he's going to attack. Actually, do you know what? I'm just going to do one attack for all of them, and it'll just move across to everybody. Agreed? Or do you want me to do it one at a time? So just do one attack for all of the Dragonborn. So if it's
I don't mind one for all.
Yeah, if it's
I
a
don't mind.
it saves time. Otherwise, I can't do it. But it just means if it's a heavy one, it's going to be a heavy one for everybody. If it's a feel, it's a feel for everybody.
Makes it more exciting.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So Dragonborn of Tiamat, he is going to do 2. Two.
Crit miss. Crit miss on everyone.
Yeah. Well,
Excellent.
one crit. Oh yeah, so 1 crit miss, and then just.
So they hit each other, surely.
They hit each other.
So that one sort of flings out, and he sort of kind of. I'm not going to faff around with crits for so many guys and stuff like that, but we'll say he does damage to him. So we'll take that off. That is that. There. Alright. That one. That one. Oh. Where are they? God damn it! There they are. Yep, okay, that's fine. That's them done. So yeah, there you go. Val, you're up.
About damn time. Alright. What am I gonna do? Am I engaged, yeah?
You are engaged with them, yeah.
Damn it. Do I have to roll anything to disengage?
You can do a disengage action, but it means you can't attack. So you do have.
I
because
thought
you've got Sentinel.
disengage was a bonus action.
No,
it's an action. Disengage. Yeah.
Ah, balls.
You could just take the opportunity attack.
Hope they miss.
Yeah. You've got quite high AC, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what? Where would I be able to move? Would I be able to move past to like here?
So if you went there, you would be.
That would be multiple opportunity attacks, I think.
No, so if you're there, it would be 1 opportunity attack, 2 opportunity attacks, I guess.
Right, I'll take both.
Why would it be 2 opportunity attacks?
Because he's moving. Well, I suppose
Moving twice.
because
Yeah, but he's still in melee range of 1 Dragonborn. Oh, there would be 2. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's where I'm heading. So.
Yeah, but Val, you're entering my radiant
okay,
sickness
shit.
there. The
It's alright. What is it? Necrotic?
radiant.
Alright, I'm resistant. I'm going
Okay.
here.
Right. Okay. Right. Nice one.
Right, so 2 opportunity attacks, right?
2 opportunity attacks. Yep. Okay. They are. Okay, so they're going to do. So it's 2 opportunity attacks, so it's going to be 4 great axe attacks.
Ooh. Oh.
So only one goes through. Oh no, two.
Two.
Shit. Yeah, that's fine.
So that is.
I didn't need my arm anyway.
That
51,
is
32, 34,
Let's not worry about that.
when
51.
51 damage.
51.
What happened here? Why are there so many attacks?
Because they get 2 attacks each, and because there's two opportunity attacks. It's 4.
No, not an opportunity attack. It's just one. It's
it-
not an action. It's just a attack.
Take me out.
But it's a
fine.
multi-attack.
I like the punishment. Oh!
Yeah, I don't think that applies on opportunity attacks.
I think it's what we've always done, to be fair.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
I knocked my beer over.
Hold my beer, or no? He literally went hold my beer, and then just dropped to the floor.
Them
Almost
the
went
whole
all
dragon
over the laptop, man. Oh,
he did the
my
hold my
heart.
beer after he did it.
Right, that's it. The Dragonborn spilt Val's beer. It's time for them to die.
It's time to start. He's going into that pyre. Right. So I haven't expended an action, right?
Yeah, you haven't expended an action.
And as flying speed, is that faster, or can I still move 30 feet?
Does it say?
It just says flying speed.
Yeah,
is it a
flying-
bonus action?
It adds on to your normal
Yeah.
movement, but you need to
so I
take.
could
You
move
need
like
to do
60.
you need to do a con save though for this sickening radiance.
Okay. I'll do that first then.
hmm
Right.
At half.
Oh no!
Ow.
So
And you're
that's-
resistant to radiant damage, though.
Yeah, I am.
So it's half
So
damage.
you take 9 radiant damage, but you also get 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
What does exhaustion do?
So
Makes me
level
tired.
1 exhaustion, you get disadvantage on ability checks. Level 2, you lose speed. Level 3, you get disadvantage on everything. Level 5, you're dead.
Oh.
Basically.
What was level 1 again?
Disadvantage on ability checks.
Alright. Okay. Well, I'm still going to sprout my wings. I'm going to fly straight for him.
Yep.
Yeah. I would try and tackle him into the pyre, but I don't have an action.
You know you're also in Thomas's poison cloud, right?
It's fine. I'm resistant to poison.
So you're gonna.
Yeah, you and everyone else, by the sounds of it.
Yep. Okay, so do your. Have you taken your damage off for your?
No, I haven't. I can't do the math right now.
Okay, so we've got 50. What was it? 51 plus the damage that you took with radiant. 59.
51 plus no, 60.
60 damage, and you now need to take the damage from the cloud as well, which is what?
18, 9 plus. Well, it's 9 unless he does a 17 con save, and then
Right,
it's
let's try
5.
it. You know, the rolls are never with me, but I may as well try these things.
Well, they are when it doesn't matter. No.
Yeah.
9, so 69. 69! You take 69
Whee!
damage.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
It's a week early, but it's fine. We can practice.
So 69 off your 114.
Oh damn, that was a lot. It doesn't matter, I'm resistant. I'm resistant to death.
I am. It's fine.
So what's
I've
that?
only got 45 HP
69,
left.
45. Okay.
Come at me, bitch.
Are you attacking him then? Because you haven't used your action.
It's an action to sprout my wings, so.
I thought Val was like one side of the coin and Draken was the other, but this is seeming very
I think he's just
Draken.
taking it. Wait a minute, is it not a bonus action for the wings, or is it an action?
No, it's an action. It's an
Oh.
action.
Right, okay. Yikes. Okay. We've got Sir Tristan last, and then we can call it for tonight, I guess.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Yikes. Right, so Sir Tristan is going to have at this guy.
This was a lot more epic in my head, but
Well, I thought, to be honest, I thought you still had an action, so I thought that's a really good idea because you could. And I was like, that could work because I had something else in mind. But I was like, if he does that could be something pretty good. But if you're just going to stand there and get
I'll
beaten up
come
in
out
the
the
next
fire like Khaleesi.
go, yeah, in the next go, then yeah,
No clothes on.
yeah,
He just slaps me down, like,
yeah.
fingers me to death.
You've literally just jumped in front of him and went, ha! And he's like, okay.
So,
Compel him to duel.
so he is going to do 2 of those. Yep. Oh, it's only 5 slashing. Actually, I need to upgrade him. Actually, to be fair, but yeah.
Who's
No,
that?
you don't.
Sir Tristan. No, Sir
Oh,
Tristan.
no, that's fine.
Yeah, I need to.
Yeah, he needs upgrading.
Yeah, because he's been with you quite a while, so I need to upgrade him. Okay. All right. So that's that. Okay. So, we can leave it there and start the new turn with Sally, who very luckily got away with being absolutely stomped in there because her minder uses her as a meat shield at every possible.
I actually didn't put her there. Somebody else moved her there last turn. I put her over the other side of the sarcophagus.
I put her beside you, and then you didn't move her whenever you had an attack, so you went, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep her standing in front of all these bad guys, so maybe...
Yeah.
What I think you're... Yeah.
She wants a Dragonborn tooth.
Okay, right, we'll leave it there. Being very amusing, very good. I may have to read... no, actually, Mike, I was thinking, I was like, I had an idea what I was going to do with this, but I might, depending on what you guys do next week, I might, it might actually work out another way. So we'll see. Yeah, so that's it. Cheers everybody for watching, being very emotional, and then took the edge off it towards the end with the the funny antics. I've been Matt Gary. With me has been Conrad as Arno Jerkel.
Bye.
Michael is Tharval Eldon.
Night, everyone.
Wes is Valish Nostos.
Hold my beer.
Spill my beer.
Well, someone has to.
And Dave is Thomas Moonstar.
You gatecrash a funeral, you deserve what you get.
Night, everybody. Bye.